What's up, guys? It's your bro, Richie again. Today in this video, I'm back with another car explanation video for y'all. Today in this video, I'm now doing the next version of the Camaro. Specifically, today I'll be talking to y'all about the Gen 4 Camaro. So the 4th gen. And this one's not gonna take as long as my previous videos, like one part by one part, because it just takes forever. This one's gonna take like at least possibly like two parts, probably. I don't know, but I'll see how it goes. So, before I get started, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you literally when I make brand new uploads. All right, so without any further ado, let's begin. So the 4th gen Chevy Camaro. Here we go. So the Gen 4 Camaro's a pony car. So the Gen 4 Camaro is a pony car that was produced by American automobile manufacturer GM, so General Motors, on an up so from the for the 93 through 02 model years. So from 1993 to 2002 model years. It was introduced on an updated F-body platform, but retained the same characteristics since the Gen 1's intro back in 1967. Two doors, coupe or convertible, body styles, rear-wheel drive, and the choice of 6-cylinder and V8s. The Camaro was revised in 1998 with both exterior and engine changes. So exterior and engine changes. GM discontinued production of the Gen 4 Camaro due to slow sales. It deteriorated. It deteriorated. Sports coupe market and plant overcapacity. Overviews next, so let's do it. So manufacturer was obviously by Chevy and GM. By both Chevy and GM. So plants overcapacity. So overviews next, so let's do it. So manufacturer is obviously by Chevy and GM. Production was between November 1992 to August 27th, 2002. Model years is from 93 to 02. Assembly is at the Saint Therese assembly at Saint Therese, Quebec in Canada. That's the assembly. I can't really pronounce it. It's like French Canadian technically. The designers are both John Cafaro for both 88 and 89. So for 1988 and 19 so for both 1988 and 1989. Then Chuck Jordan for 1989 for Chuck Jordan for 1989. Body and chassis next. So GM discontinued production of the Gen 4 Camaro due to slow sales, a deteriorated sports coupe market, and plant overcapacity. Alright, I'm just checking if we're on the right check. So body and chassis next. Excuse me. The class is both a pony and muscle car. So class is both a pony and muscle car. Body style, three choices you can have for all three are two doors. Is a T-top, left back coupe, and convertible. Layout is front engine rear-wheel drive. So front engine rear-wheel drive. Platform is F-body. It's related to both the Gen 4 Firebird and the Callaway Supernatural Camaro. Powertrain is next, so let's do it. So we got 5 different engines. 2 of them are V6s, and the rest of the 3 are V8s. So starting off with the first one is the 3 point is the 3.4 liter 3.4 liter 207 L32 V6, making 160 horsepower. And then we got a 3.8 liter, so 3.8 liter 231 L36 V6, which made an extra 45 more horsepower, so from 200, so up to 205 horsepower. Next we got is the oh Lord, I feel like I'm gonna cough my lungs out. What the heck? Anyways, so for the first V6 we got is a 3.4 liter 207 L32, making 160 horsepower. And another one we got is a 3.8 liter 231. So 231 L36 V6, making 205 horsepower. Now we got the mighty V8s. So starting off with the first one is the LT1. So LT1, making between 275 to 305 horsepower. So it's a 30 horsepower difference there. Then we got an LT4 making 330. And we got an LT4 making 330 horsepower. So that's the LT4. And then we got an LS1 making between 305 to 330 horsepower. So that's a 25 horsepower difference. All these V8s are the same 5.7 liter 350s. So those 3 V8s are all 5.7 liter 350 V8s. So last one is a LS1 making between 305 to 330 horsepower. Transmission, 3 types you can choose as a 4-speed automatic or a 5-speed 6-speed manual. Out of those 3, I picked a 6-speed manual. Perfect. Dimensions is next. Wheelbase. Wheelbase is 2588, not 88, sorry. 2568 millimeters, 101.1 inches. And wheelbase, sorry about that. Length between 4907 and 4915 millimeters, 193.2 to 193.2 to 193.5. So 193.2 to 193.5 inches. So there's a difference in those 8 millimeters, 0.3 inches. Reason being is that the 9802 version is slightly longer than the 9397 version. Next we got is width. It's 1882 millimeters, 74.1 inches. Height between 1300 and 1316 millimeters, 51.2 to 51.8 inches for 98 and 02. So it's a difference in those 16 millimeters, 0.6 inches. Reason being is that the the convertible is slightly higher than the coupe version. So from 98 to 02, then from 94 to 97, it's between 1303 to 1327. So 1303 to 13. So from 1303 to 1321 millimeters. So that's 18 millimeters difference there. So 18 millimeters difference there. 0.7 inches. So the reason being is that the convertible from 1994 to 1997 is slightly higher than the one from 1993 to 1997. Curb weight between 20 between 2954, so between excuse me, between 2954 to 3211 pounds. That's 1340, so 1340 to 1456 kilos. That's a difference in those 57 pounds. So 57 pounds. So 57 pounds, 160. So 57 pounds, 100 so 57 pounds, 116 kilos. Difference there. Chronology is next. Predecessor was the Gen 3 Camaro. Successor was the Gen 5. Ow. Had to do that. Had no choice. Okay. So moving on to the next part. Next up is 1993 to 1997. Starting off with the first one is from 93. The Gen 4 Camaro, the Gen 4 Camaro the Gen 4 Camaro was introduced the Gen 4 Camaro was introduced in January 19 The Gen 4 Camaro was introduced in January 1993 as a 93 model. Production was moved from GM's from GM's assembly plant in in Van Nuys in the San Fernando in the San Fernando Valley, so San Fernando Valley region of LA in California, all the way to Saint Therese in Quebec, Canada, from November 1992. The new design incorporated SMC sheet molding compound made from chopped fiberglass and chopped fiberglass and polyester resin for the roof hatch doors and spoiler. Both the front and rear suspension, both the front and rear suspension design was improved over the third gen. So improved over its predecessor, the Gen 3. The base models were powered by a 3.4 liter overhead valve V6, making 190 horsepower. 160, sorry. We wish, but 160 horsepower. Sorry, I got it confused. Equipped with a 5-speed manual as standard. The 4L60 automatic, so 4-speed. So the 4-speed 4L60 automatic was optional. All models came with a red Chevy bow tie on the grill. 93 was the only year interior. So 93 was the only year interior instruments had yellow lettering. This is the only way to tell the 93 models from the 94, which had white interior instrument lettering. Next is the Z28. The high performance Z28. The high performance Z28 came with rectangular dual exhaust tips to distinguish it from the base models. The Z28 featured the overhead valve 5.7 liter LT1 V8, having a power output of 275 275 horsepower, and 325 pound-feet, 441 newton meters of torque. So 325 pound-feet, 441 newton meters of torque that has been introduced on the Corvette 1 year earlier. So I believe it was from 1992, I think, the Corvette. So been introduced on the Corvette 1 year earlier, back in 1992, I think. I ain't too sure. I think it was 1992. Anyways, the V8 came the V8 came standard with the 4-speed 4L60 automatic. Although the six-speed um Borg Warner T56 manual was a free option, so a no cost option. In 1993, uh, the Camaro Z28 was selected as the official pace car for the Indy 500. A special a special pace car edition trim was introduced in the same year and featured Indy 500 lettering on black and white body color scheme. So on black and white body color scheme with multicolored pinstriping and white painted wheels. 645 units were made. Next is 1994. Several changes made for the 94 model year. Several changes are made for the 94 model year. The mechanically controlled and operated 4L60 automatic was replaced with the electronically operated and controlled. So electronic was replaced with the electronically operated and controlled 4L60E, which was shared with other GM cars with V8s, such as the Chevy Tahoe. Accordingly, the car's onboard computer was modified from dealing only with the engine as in 1993. So it was an ECM to control both the engine and gearbox on automatics, which had the PCM. The computer in 93 was run. So the computer in 93 from previous year was run via speed density. So an SD system, so speed density system, which measured engine speed, RPM. So both engine speed, RPM, and load, MAP and KPA, to compute airflow requirements, and then use that against the VE, volumetric efficiency table to closely estimate the amount of fuel to be injected. And the IAT, so intake air temperature sensor, was also used as air density changes with temperature. However, in 94, the computer logic was changed to an MAF system, so mass airflow system. This system uses a MAF sensor, so mass airflow sensor, placed in front of the throttle body to measure incoming airflow into the motor by using a heated wire sensor in the airstream path, which has heat pulled away from it via the incoming air. The reduced heats converted into a voltage signal read by read by the PCM read by the PCM, which interprets that voltage signal as mass flow. That voltage signal is mass flow. the computer uses uses engine sensors to both judge engine conditions and provide the proper fueling off of this mass airflow reading. Another another prominent difference between 93 and 94 systems is how the programming, or custom tuning, of the computer takes place. In 93, the computer used a removable memcal, so MEMCAL, so memcal chip, so chip, so memcal chip, essential to run the systems. In 94, this was swapped to a non-removable, reflashable chip, which could be reprogrammed a via the ALDL assembly line assembly line diagnostic link located underneath the driver's side of the dashboard next to the center console. Dashboard excuse me. Dashboard gauge graphics were changed from yellow to white. There are also spots in the gauge cluster reading ASR off, although GM had intended to install ASR or acceleration slip regulation, called TCS, so TCS by Pontiac, in the 94 F body models. It didn't make it into production until the following model year. The Z28 received updated front brakes and cooling fans. So front brakes and cooling fans were changed mid-year from a parallel to a series setup. At low RPM, both fans operated on 6 volts, but on high RPM, at low RPM, both fans operated on 6 volts, but on high RPMs, both operated double that on 12 volts, so 50% more power, depending on how high or low the RPMs would get. So on high RPM, both operated on 12 volts, so 50% more. Performance figures for the Z28s included a 0 to 60 acceleration time of 5.7 seconds and a quarter mile time of 14.2 seconds. Next is 1995. In 95, the 38 the 3800 series 2 V6. So the 3800 series 2 V6 joined the 3.4 liter V6. So joined the 3.4 liter V6 offered on the base models, thus giving the buyers a choice of 2 V6s. So giving the buyers a choice of 2 V6s for the first time. The 3800 V6 had a power output of just 200 horsepower and would eventually replace the 3.4 liter V6 due to its more refined nature. The LT1 V8 on the other hand had a power output of 275 horsepower. The high performance variant of the Z28 called the Z28S. Z28SS wasn't introduced until 1996 in collaboration with SLP Engineering. So SLP Engineering, with the engine tuned to have a power output of 305 horsepower. 17-inch wheels also became available as an option. Next is 1996. 96 saw minor mechanical revisions, as well as small power gains from the new OBD2 onboard diagnostics 2 compliant engine controls. So onboard diagnostics 2 compliant engine controls. So engine controls. All base models were now equipped with the 3800 series 2 V6. So 3800 series 2 V6 rated at 200 horsepower. New wheel and tire pack on the SS resulted in both better handling, better handling and braking. So better handling and braking compared to the Z28. Convertible SS cars, however, had 16-inch ZR1 style wheels. So 16-inch ZR1 style wheels. Also available this year for the V6 model was the Y87 pack, which included an Auburn LSD differential, better tires, dual exhaust tips, four-wheel brake rotors, sportier sportier steering ratio, and more aggressive gear ratio in the differential for automatics. Next is 1997. So 1997. For the 97 model year, for the 97 model year, so 97 model year, the Camaro featured a and new interior and tricolored taillights that would be standard on all models from 97 to '02, a 30th anniversary limited edition. So 30th anniversary limited edition trim pack commemorating 30 years, commemorating 30 years. I said 30 years since the Camaro was since the Camaro was introduced. So since the Camaro was introduced, was added to the range, which included unique orange stripes on a white base paint. It was only available on the Z28, Z28 SS and RS models. So Z28 SS and RS models. A 30th anniversary Camaro may be identified by RPO code Z4C. So Z4C. Z4C. So Z4C on a trim tag. A total of 900 excuse me, a total of 900, so 979, almost 980, or even 1,000, 30th anniversary models were made in 1997. So were made in 97. New 5-spoke 16-inch wheels became standard on the Z28 this year. They also have 17-inch ZR1 style wheels on the SS Coupe models. So SS Coupe models available in either polished, chrome, or white only on the 30th anniversary models, replacing the previous 10-spoke, replacing the previous 10-spoke turbine style wheels. Well, turbine style design. Last but certainly not the very least, we got the 30th anniversary. So 30th anniversary LT4SS. An additional 108, almost 110, if you had an extra two more. 30th anniversary models. So 30th anniversary models were modified. So 30th anniversary models were modified by SLP Engineering, equipped with a mighty LT4 V8. So equipped with the LT4 V8, having a power output of 330 horsepower. So 330 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque. So 340 pound-feet, 461 newton-meters of torque. 461 newton-meters of torque. 100 cars were allocated to the US market. So to the US market. So to the U.S. market, while six while six were while six were sold while six were sold to the Canadian buyers, the remaining two were prototypes. These models these models have the R7. So these models have the R7T, so the R7T RPO code. So RPO code. So the R7T RPO code. Say RPO code. Last part on the there. The LT4 the LT4 was the fastest the LT4 was the fastest factory built Camaro. So the LT4 was the fastest factory built Camaro available, as well as the most expensive at $40,000. That's a lot for a muscle car like that, even for a Camaro. Imagine you buy one of these in the UK. It would probably cost you like 20, even 30 grand. Maybe, maybe not. Never know. Depending on like whereabouts you would go to get a Camaro like that will also depend on the price, depending on if it's in like good condition or no, or pristine even. New or old, doesn't matter. All that matters is if you find one for the right price at the right time and get the right location with the right amount of cash and mindset that you got. Am I making this sound enthusiastic or is it just boring you guys to death? Because it's kind of doing it to me. Anyways, so that will be it for now. So for my next Gen 4 Camaro video will be about the 1998 to 2002. So for my next Camaro video will be about the 9802 versions. So I'll be back soon with that final part. All right. So that'll be it. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all so you're alerted of when I make brand new uploads. All right. So that'll be it. I'll see you guys soon. In the next video. But until then, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later in the next. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video, or maybe later. Who knows? And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So yeah, take care, folks. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.